Hello everyone! Today I will be teaching you the things that you should do and the things that you shouldn't do to get Band 7 in Ielts writing. Knowing these things is incredibly essential as it will help you to get a high score. It will also help you to avoid writing sentences with lots of mistakes or errors. And we all know that the more errors that you make in your sentences or in your essay, the lower the score that you will get. So it's always better to know these rules, right? So let us begin. The first thing that you need to avoid is writing words repeatedly. For example, you already use pollution on your first sentence. Don't write the same word on the second sentence. Instead, try to write contamination. If you already write people on your third sentence, try to write individuals on the fourth sentence. So in short, use a variety of vocabulary to get Band 7, okay? The second step that you need to remember is that you need to avoid emotive words or emotive vocabulary. Why? You're not going to provoke strong emotions to the readers. Instead, you are going to inform them. You are going to impart knowledge to them. That is why you need to avoid some of these words like terrible or awful. Instead, you try to write undesirable, unfavorable, or disadvantageous, okay? Instead of saying wonderful, instead of writing awesome, magnificent, try to write favorable, appropriate, okay? Or advantageous. So try to write these words instead. For example, this is a non-emotive sentence. Another person in the bar was injured by the man's glass. So basically, this is how you should write when you answer the IELTS writing exam. And this is an emotive version. An innocent bystander suffered facial injuries when the thug launched his glass across the bar. You need to avoid writing this way. Why? There are some emotive words here like innocent, thug. Thug is an informal word, so you need to avoid these words, okay? Now, moving on to the third rule that you need to follow is that you need to avoid contractions. What are examples of contractions? Can't, don't, it's. So avoid writing this way. Instead, you need to write in full. You need to write do not or it is, okay? So please remember this basic rule. You don't want to get a low score just because of the simple mistake. Number 4 rule is that you need to avoid writing simple sentence structure, or in short, short sentences. If you write essays with short sentences, it means that your English level is, it's like that of a beginner. So you don't want the IELTS examiner to have that kind of impression. You want them to be impressed. So basically, you need to write complex sentence structure. Okay? So how do you know that you are writing a complex sentence structure? You would know because you are using connectives. And there are 2 or more clauses. So if there is no connective, you are just writing a simple sentence structure and you will get a low score for that. So to be safe, write a complex sentence structure instead. Okay? And the 5th rule is that you need to avoid informal English words. For example, you need to avoid writing con man. You need to avoid got robbed. You need to avoid writing hangout. These are informal English words. You need to write in a formal way, okay? Another word that I can give to you that you need to avoid is that you also have to avoid idioms, okay? For example, piece of cake, stone's throw away. This means very close or very near. Piece of cake, it means very easy. These kinds of expressions are okay in speaking. You will definitely get 7 if you use speaking in your answers. if you use idioms, I mean. However, it's not advisable to be used in IELTS writing because it will make your sentence informal, okay? Now, you have to avoid all informal ways of writing. That is the last rule that you need to remember. So, it includes no abbreviations like WHO, ASAP, etc. So, avoid writing this way. If you're going to write abbreviations, you need to write the meaning afterwards. For example, World Health Organization. To be safe, always write the meaning. Okay? So, basically, these are the 6 rules that you need to remember for you to get 7. I hope that you will apply this when you take your exam, and I really wish that you can get a much higher score. Thank you, and that would be all for today. Bye!